yeah, for all the girls watching this, maybe put this at the start, okay?
Yeah.
My Instagram, I only really use Instagram. I'm not gonna plug my Discord here, but my Instagram is Tomboy Enthusiast with a 0 for the O and an underscore between Tomboy and Enthusiast because all the normal ones were taken, so I had to go with that. Yeah, follow me, DM me, please. All right, that's all. My name's Clayton McMullen. I'm from Flatbush.
What about you?
I go by Lil Blunt from the Star.
Now, y'all want to do dating questions?
I ain't never dated nobody, so I'm good.
What about you?
Dating
You got
questions?
any experience?
No, I don't have any experience, but I'm gonna still try to answer it.
You still gonna try to answer?
Y'all get
Okay.
the perspective
All right, let
of
me
how
ask
I
you this,
wanna
man. It's all based on your opinion. So, let us just say.
You know, let me do dating questions too,
You
bro.
want to dating questions too?
Okay.
Let me ask
Wait,
you
do you
this.
mean like dating serious or like just dating around?
It's like finding women. Man.
Oh, okay, then never
Hunting.
okay, then never mind. I can speak about that then.
You can speak about it?
Hell yeah.
Okay. All right, now. Well, y'all been hunting today or no?
I've been chilling. I was hunting like a couple months ago.
Yeah?
I'm chilling now.
You getting any pointers from Aiden?
What?
You getting any pointers from Aiden? Cause he be out here doing pretty well for himself.
Nah. I just be like going my own vibe. You know, like,
All right, now. Let's say you ask a woman out, she turns you down. You see her again 2 months later. You gonna try again or no?
turns me down.
Yeah, she turned you down the first time. You haven't seen her for 2 months.
Nah, I'm
You see her again. You gonna try again or no?
Nah, not really.
Why not? You think women in general that like they're set in their ways? Like if they make up their mind they don't like it, they don't
I
like
feel
it?
like if I went out my way to like, you know, approach you and shoot my shot, and you turn me down, then I can't see a reason for me to do it again. The only way I can see us getting together after I got dubbed is if she came back to me, like she took a step to shoot her shot. Then maybe I might consider it. But if I shot my shot, she dubbed me. If I saw her again, nah, I'm not doing it.
All right. Are you straight?
Yeah, bro.
Okay. What do you think about that question?
When I'm into a girl, I only give them ever one chance. If they leave me unseen, I'm just done with them forever. So I would never go back to somebody, no.
So no second try.
No. If a girl says no, I'm out. I don't care if I see
All
her
right.
again.
The way you dress, how important is that when it comes to meeting women?
I think it's pretty important. I mean, if you don't have to spend too much money, you don't have to dress insanely. But if you look like a dumbass, you know, you're not gonna get anything. You know.
The way you dress?
The way I dress, I think that's the way how you dress is very important. You know, how you present yourself, you know, it shows that you actually care for yourself and how you look to others, and mainly yourself, because if you don't look good to yourself, then nothing else matters. First thing, you gotta make sure you look good to yourself, then everything else comes after.
Now, when it comes to meeting women, some people will say women just want to be left alone. Like if they're sitting here in a park, they just want to be left alone. The other half will say, you know, this is what I do. I come here to meet women. What do you stand on that?
I say there's no definitive answer to whether women wants to just be left alone, because I don't know that. You know what I'm saying? I can't read minds. So I see it as, if you want to approach a girl like in public, I say read the signs, read her body language. You know what I'm saying? If she looks like she's like got headphones in and she's talking to someone, or she doesn't look like she's want to be bothered, then just leave her alone. But if she's like opening herself, and it looks like she might be like, maybe she's looking at you, maybe or a glance, maybe you can do that. Maybe then you can.
So don't just go over there with no glasses, no nothing.
Yeah, I feel like you have to observe like the situation she's in, like observe like what she got going on first, and then you'll know if she's valid. You know what I'm saying?
Because I've seen dudes literally chasing after women, and their backs are facing him, and he's just chasing them.
Oh yeah, you don't ever want to be in that position.
Don't
bro.
do that.
Like yeah.
Your thoughts?
I think, you know, like my mother has said to my father, and I quote, like, when I say I want to be left alone, that doesn't mean I want to be left alone. So it's very difficult to take a lot of women on their word when it comes to shit like that. But if people want to be left alone, they'll let you know. You know, they'll make it clear with their body language. You know, so
I agree. Definitely. Take a risk. If they say they don't want, like, why don't you just leave it alone?
Worst thing happens, you just take the L and you leave. You know, there are a million fucking women out there.
Yeah.
You know.
What are your thoughts on online dating? You on Yubo at all?
It's valid as fuck. I mean, everybody's fucking doing it nowadays. It's just another way to meet people at this point, you know?
You had any good experiences from it?
The issue is that every girl who's doing online dating is talking to, like, 10 different guys at the same time. That connectedness has just made it so that you can have just a whole fucking list of people, you can go through, which is kind of toxic.
Online dating?
Online dating?
Yeah.
Well, in terms of like just dating and like nothing serious, online dating is I say it's a pretty good format. I've heard it work for other people's. I've never done online dating enough for me to say like it's worked for me. I was close, like almost hooking up with someone, but that's another story, so we don't have to get into that.
You hear any stories about online dating from people? You hear any stories from people you know?
Oh yeah. Like I know dudes that did online dating and like they met up with the person. It was like, let's go type shit. It was kind of simple. Sometimes it's a little freak show. Sometimes they're crazy. You never know what you can get with online dating. But I say, it's an interesting way to like. I'll just put thumbs up for online dating. I say fuck it.
Oh, now compliments. A lot of women say, don't be complimenting me on my looks. What do you stand on that? Should I even compliment a woman based on her look? Like I've seen some women that got really nice abs and they're like, damn, I want to say something, but then again, you hear all these women say, don't be complimenting women on their looks. What do you stand on that?
I say first thing I'm gonna say is that's a double standard, because if a girl comes up and be like, you look really nice, or you got this, or whatever quality that you want to compliment, they don't think about it. But when a guy does it, it's like it might come off creepy or and this. It's unfortunate because it's a real double standards. But like I think it's okay for you to like compliment a woman if there's no ill intentions. Like you just genuinely thought, I want to compliment this girl. She has this, whatever looks nice on her, looks nice. Be like, hey, you're pretty, or you have good abs. Just want to say that. I think it's just cool. You do have to be careful on how you say it as a guy, because, like I said, double standards. But yeah, I think you shouldn't be afraid to compliment a woman. You know what I'm saying?
Let me say something creepy to you. Just act natural.
Okay.
Hey, I like your tattoos.
Thank you.
But that's not all I like.
What else do you like? Yo, no. I'm there.
I caught him off guard.
Nah, you got it. No.
All right, so to the first one about stories of online dating, if I said those, I can't say that on YouTube, so I'm gonna keep my mouth shut. Or the second one, like just a few days ago, I think last week, I was over there. This drunk girl just came up to me, started stroking my hair, and was like, you got really nice hair. And I talked to her. But like if I did that to a girl, I'd be a fucking scumbag, It's a total double standard. That a girl can just get drunk and just start going like, you got such nice hair, Clayton,
Don't do that.
I like it because it's the only attention I ever get. But if I did that, I could get my ass beat very easily,
What about complimenting women?
There's a right way to do it and there's definitely a wrong way to do
right
it.
and the wrong? Educate us out here.
You don't want to try to objectify them, and the thing is that if you just say it weirdly or awkwardly, they're going to remember it, and they're going to be they're not going to think they want to be complimented because the negative shit stays with them for way longer. That's negativity bias. I have a great example of the wrong way to do it, where this like really tall, skinny guy over there, I was just walking, and he came up to this girl walking around me. He's like,
I've seen him.
No. Where
he wears a suit.
Yeah. And he's like, you're very pretty, ma'am. And he's so weird. It was
he's
so
here
awkward.
every day doing that. All right, tell me more.
And it was just, the girl was so weirded out. But he said it's just like a weaselly voice, and it's like, if there's a wrong way to,
looks.
he was wearing like a fucking suit, and it was like a brown like checkered suit. Shit was so weird.
Like he's from the 1920s.
Yeah. And if I did that to somebody, I mean, I would not be alive for a while after that. I would just be soul crushed at what I became. But I did not know he comes here often and does that. Is that all he says?
That's all he does.
What the fuck?
That's probably why he comes here.
I wonder.
I seen him pull up in a bike one time, and he's just like, "You ladies look beautiful."
I wonder if he's ever gotten any pussy by doing that.
I don't think he has.
If he does it often enough, it's gotta have worked like once, bro.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But speaking of that,
Yeah.
what do you think about men who set their standards too high?
It's like,
Because like, if you set your standards too high, you might end up lonely.
oh, absolutely.
But if you lower your standards, like Aiden, he said that he's not picky with his women, but you always see him with women. You see what I'm saying? So what do you think about that?
Well, I mean, look, like, it's fine to have standards, but you should always hold yourself to your own standards, and you don't have a right to complain if you have very high standards, honestly. Obviously, not wanting horrible, trashy women and being like, I'm all alone, that's fine. But if you have unreasonable high expectations for women, you don't have any right to complain about not getting any action. That's just not a thing that just doesn't make sense, It's fucking stupid.
You know the human mind very well. I really hope you become a psychologist someday.
I would only become a psychologist to figure out what the fuck is wrong with me, bro. I got some shit going on.
No, but most psychologists got something wrong with them too.
That's true.
But it's like your perception and your intuition. I think it's very strong.
Thank you, man.
All right. Your thoughts? Wait, what did I just ask you?
It was about men and having their standards too high.
Yeah, standards.
Okay. Standards wise. I feel like your standards should correspond at the level that you are. And you gotta be real with yourself, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, can I say one thing about that real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
It's like, I'm fucking fat, bro. I got some body on me, and it would be hypocritical of me to turn away a woman who's as fat as me. That would just be fucked up. I don't have a right to complain about that. That's what I think. And a lot of fat men don't want fat women, and it's very hypocritical. A lot of fat women who are like, body positivity aren't into fat men. I think they're ugly, and I think that's hypocritical as fuck. I mean, I'm not gonna try to rant here, but I think body positivity is fucking stupid. Being fat fucking sucks. People want to believe that body positivity is a good thing because it makes you feel more comfortable, but it's like being that it's like I can quit whenever I want. It's not that bad type shit. No, you're gonna fucking die way sooner. You're gonna have a way shittier life if you're fat as fuck. That's just facts.
Well, it's a good thing that you got your whole life ahead of you and you can work on yourself.
Absolutely, man. I'm trying to go to the gym every day.
Definitely, yeah.
All right, now standards.
Yeah, definitely. Like, understand where you you have to look around the world you are and realize what level that you sit at. All right. And once you do that, you have to let it correspond on your standards. Your standards should always correspond at the level that you know you are. You know what I'm saying? And not saying that you'll be on the same level forever. You can eventually go up, but it's a progression. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, as you keep dating and getting better at it and getting smoother, you'll level up, and your standards will also correspond with you leveling up. That's thus making it higher. I only think your standards should. How do I say this? I only think the whole standard is like too high, because people like to be like, I value myself, and there's no such thing as like too high standards. If that's what I want, that's what you want. But like you said, if you're really ugly and you want like someone like Beyonce, there's a shift in levels. You know what I'm saying? That's not gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like, yeah, that's just how I feel like.
You could be a psychologist too.
Thank you.
All right, now, a lot of women here tell me, I don't meet dudes like randomly like here. I only meet them through people I already know.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Do you meet women through people you know or independently?
Yeah, I mean girls through people I know. I'm not gonna lie, there's a statistic that they say that most people smash the people that are in their vicinity. So that's why like school, college, parties, like that's why it's an easy outlet to like meet people, because when it's a consistent thing that you're going to, like a public thing that you're going to, you're likely to find someone to smash, and then it'd be random.
You think women just got their guard up like with random strangers? Like that guy with the, you know who he was talking about?
No.
The weird ass guy with the suit. Oh, he's weird as fuck.
Yeah. Like that approach, you know what I mean? Like, I really wonder, how far can he get with that approach?
I really think women definitely have their guard up. Like,
yeah. Because I think they kind of let their guard down if they know somebody that you know.
Absolutely, yeah. When it's like a place they don't know, and like, because the world is crazy and there's a lot of crazy shit out there, and women are like I don't want to say like this, but like, I don't know, like compared to a guy and a girl, I feel like girls are more preyed on. That's what I'm trying to say. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the reason why, and most girls know that. And that's the reason why girls have to be on their guard.
Your thoughts?
I think absolutely it's true that people it's much less common now than it used to be to just, go up to people, introduce yourself, talk to them, The world has changed so much. I mean, besides just meeting everybody online through Instagram and Snapchat and so on. And like, I don't know, the age of just going up to, look, at the end of the day, if you're attractive, tall, well-built, approachable looking guy, you're going to be able to go up to people, introduce yourself, and if you're charismatic, you can probably get their number. That's fundamentally true. If you're good at talking to people and you're good looking, people are going to be interested in you. But if you're not, like if I had horrible underbite, ugly ass teeth, weird, if I just fucking look weird and approached people, they just objectively would ignore me more than if I just approached people I knew when I looked like this,
Yeah. All right, now we talked a little bit about body language. What kind of signals are we looking for before we approach a woman? Randomly like this, right here. Because, I'm assuming that guy with the suit, he's not reading body language before he does it.
He's got really nervous body language too. He's all kind of like reserved and closed up,
So what kind of body language are we looking for from the women before we approach them?
You, honestly, if it should just be like if they're having a conversation, there shouldn't be any difference from then when they're talking to somebody, and then after you introduce yourself and talk to them, there should be no difference. And if that's what's going on, then that's good body language. But if they're more tensed up or they're not making eye contact, then yeah, that's fucked.
What kind of body language should we be looking for before we approach a woman? Because like a lot of dudes here, they just blindly walk up to any I see dudes here, as long as the woman ain't fat, as long as the woman's young, they're gonna go up there. They don't even look at their face. They just like run up there. What kind of signs should we look for before we actually approach a woman?
Yeah, I think body language is important, because if you don't consider that, then you're gonna have a lot of unnecessary rejections. What kind of body language? I feel like an outside, like we're saying, like in the sense of being outside looking for girls, it's really hard to see. They might not even notice you. I'm not gonna lie to you. So you might not even catch those body signs. So you might just take a risk. You know what I'm saying? But I'm gonna just speak for my point. I'm gonna just speak as if we're like in an inside place. And I feel like what I usually see in an inside place, a girl will usually maybe talk like, I don't know if you've ever seen like in the movies, but they be like with their group, and then they'll be like talking, like I don't know, they might be talking shit and like staring at you at the same time, trying to catch your attention.
I don't know what the fuck they say in there, bro.
They could be making fun of you, right?
It could be anything.
Yeah,
bro.
it could be anything, but I feel like fuck it, risk it. Like I said, I don't read minds, you know what I'm saying? So if they're talking shit or if they complimenting me, I don't know. I just know a girl is looking at me, you know what I'm saying? So like like you already said it, eye contact. Yeah, I really think it's just only eye contact. That's the best way. I think that's the best body language I notice.
Yeah. All right, now how long should we wait before we call it?
How long should we wait?
Yeah.
That depends on you, sir. I mean, I don't know. I know I think there's a 3-day rule thing with that shit. I think that's kind of dumb. I feel like that's a waste of time. Why should I waste 3 days of my life just to call you, just to make it, to do this? I feel like it's like, why are we playing games like this? You know what I'm saying? If I think you're cute, you think I'm cute, let's just get to the chase. And it's like, hi, what's up? How are you? I want to talk to you.
Yeah, because there's always that risk that you take that makes you look too desperate, right?
Yeah, the whole okay, so if you do call a girl, like say you got her number and you call her the same day, and she's like giving you the vibe as if like, I don't want to speak to you because you're a little too desperate, like who calls you on the first day? I just feel like you don't want to mess with a girl like that anyways, because she probably has toxic issues, and because it's like, really, you know what I'm saying? I don't know you, and I'm trying to get to know you, so.
We talk about that. All right. First of all, I think the whole fucking desperate thing is stupid. Everybody has their phone in their fucking hands all day, responding quick. People who like choose to wait a while to respond, I think that's bullshit. And I'm not big on calling people. I text people a shit ton, and I just try to meet them in real life as much. I don't like to call as much. It's always so fucking awkward for me. I don't know. But I think people should just try to fucking talk to people normally. God, girls are so fucking dry with convos nowadays because they're talking to like 8 guys at once. I remember I was on a Discord voice call with a girl and a few more friends, and she was talking about how she was so fucking bored nobody's talking to her. I'm like, open up your Instagram, share your screen right now, show me what it is. And she was like, yeah, nobody's talking. Opens it up. She's got 8 unread messages from guys, and it's like don't expect people to prioritize you anymore if you're not going to prioritize them, you know? I think the best test is just don't text first with the girl, and you'll see, it's like, yeah, see how many dead plants you're watering, you know? I would talk to this girl every day, and then one time I was just like, all right, I'm not going to text her first because she's been dry as fuck recently. I didn't hear back from her in 4 months, and that's when you realize just like how fake all these girls are.
Yeah.
I've basically talked to 2 actual girls consistently, but they both live in different states. They're just friends.
Yeah.
But like, seen, left on scene. That was the girl who came up to me and grabbed my hair. Seen, left on scene. I'm gonna stop scrolling down, but you know what I'm saying, you know?
What percent is unseen?
It's like a 10-to-2 ratio, I would say.
Yeah.
I have people who I talk to a lot consistently, who are my friends. Then everybody else, all the girls, they just seen, or they'll like your message, and then they'll just leave you unseen for fucking forever. So I try to text first a few times, but eventually, if they're never initiating combos with me at all, trying to talk to me more, it's like you're just not interested. I cut my losses quick, you know.
Yeah. You're smart. Because some people, they sit around, they're waiting, they don't know what's going on, and
Yeah, no, I don't like to waste my time on women. I have a portable battery like this, that I have a label maker, and I put Chase No Ho on that, because that's a rule I live my life by. You know?
that's good.
Chase No Ho.
Some people don't learn that till much later in life.
For real. I'm not looking for a lot, bro.
What's your criteria?
Criteria? Well, look, I have horrible taste in women, first of all. I'm into the worst women possible. Those like, the girls like the black hair, the red highlights, and like daddy issues who hang out at like Tompkins and Wash all the time.
Would you say they're gothic?
Alt bitches, whatever. You know, they like to wear the big black boots. You know, so many of them are white girls, and God, they're horrible. But I'm so into them.
So mental illness is not a problem for you?
I'm mentally ill as fuck. I got my ADHD pills here. I got oppositional defiant disorder.
I am too. That's why I'm trying to avoid those guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Two mentally ill people, it's not gonna make.
I gotta have somebody else. I got depression. I got 100 milligrams of bupropion or some shit in my backpack as well. Like, I don't know. I need somebody fucked up like me.
I hear people say that work on yourself first before you.
That's if you make money and get more fit, they'll come to you. That is true. But
no, they saying work on your mental self first.
I don't think so.
You agree with that?
No, because I think the best emotional support you can have is a partner. So I don't get why the fuck I've got to be like perfectly fixed when every fucking girl I meet is so fucking broken. You know.
That's what I'm thinking too. It's like, what are mentally ill people supposed to do? Just be lonely forever?
Exactly.
I mean, that makes no sense.
I got low ass standards. I'll take a girl with like one leg, one arm. I don't give a fuck.
Right. So you'll definitely find someone soon.
I don't know, bro.
I have confidence.
15 years.
I have faith in you.
Nothing.
What's the question?
The question is, what are you looking for in a woman?
What I look for, like in a committed relationship.
Like me. Let me tell you something about me. Okay, I like a woman who's fit, right? She works out. She got nice abs.
Oh, you talking about like what attracts her? Like what is
or anything. You know, like he said he didn't have those standards, right? One leg or whatever. What are you looking for in a woman? Are you looking for a woman who gets good grades, or a woman who is gothic? You looking for a woman who's like into hip hop? What are you looking for? Someone who's rebellious. You know, some people are into that stuff.
I think
like women are into bad boys, right? Some men are into bad girls.
Yeah, I feel like when it comes with like in terms of just fucking with you and like just purely fucking with you, you know. It's not. I don't really have high standards for that. Just don't be ugly to me.
Yeah.
Like you can be fat too. Like I feel like there's a lot of fat girls that people be sleeping on that are actually like beautiful in the face, but they just be focused on the fat. Like, yeah, I'm known to be like fucking with like fat girls. Anyways, but
so all those fat girls, hit them up.
Yeah, if you're cute, hit me up.
Hit both of them up.
Hit me up too, bro.
But yeah, I like fit girls too. I'm an ass guy. I also like big asses. If you couldn't tell. This guy. Yeah, I can tell. That's just what I like. I just like a cool girl, chill, you know, not too problematic, you know what I'm saying?
Mentally ill is okay?
Mentally ill?
Yeah.
It depends how mentally ill, because like I messed with a girl who was like pretty mentally ill, like she tried to kill herself at one point, and it felt like when I was just fucking with her, like
That's where you draw the line.
No, I didn't draw the line, but it was like, cause it's a weird, you're in a weird spot, cause like I don't want to be that pillar for you to like keep you upholded, but like I don't want to dip on you because I feel like an asshole, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I don't know, it's just mentally ill just depends how mentally ill, cause
Yeah. You finished? All right, now, has dating become more difficult or easier after COVID?
After COVID? I think it's become easier.
Is it easier? People are lonely, right? Is that
Hell yeah. Yeah, I think it's become I feel like before COVID, it was low-key a little hard, but now I feel like, I don't know, girls are becoming a little, down to earth, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
A little, not too Hollywood no more. So.
Right.
So, yeah, that's my standpoint on that.
Yo, I'm lonely as fuck.
Oh, yeah, speaking of lonely, I wanted to talk about that, you said people be saying like you should work on yourself before you get that person.
You think you agree with that?
I definitely agree with that.
Work on yourself first?
Yeah.
But what if you're mentally ill for like 10 years? Don't be in with anybody for 10 years?
Well, if you have that mindset,
that's real bad.
What if I'm depressed because I have no pussy? You know? Am I supposed to like?
Sometimes a woman can straighten you out, you know?
If you're depressed because you have no pussy, maybe you should like reevaluate what do you value in this life? You know what I'm saying? I don't think you should value pussy.
What if I value pussy?
Yeah, I think you should like think
It's a human being
Wars have
value
been
that.
fought over that, bro. Millions have died.
I know, but like I really believe that like you can change the way how you think. Because I used to think about the whole God. When I was a virgin, I was like, damn, if I lost my virginity, if I got some pussy, life would change. But it didn't really change. You know what I'm saying? It was just I still got shit to pay and bills and all that nonsense. So I really feel like mentally you just gotta reevaluate and think to yourself. You know what I'm saying? I really could not have been with a girl 3 years ago because I was not mentally like good. No, I'm better now. So yeah.
That's good. Dating after COVID? Easier, harder?
I don't know. I mean, because we're really not after COVID stuff. I mean, you're wearing a mask right now. You know, I got one on my wrist right now.
No, I mean, like, some people will say women ain't trying to be approached because of COVID, right? They don't want to be near
I've never
you.
heard anybody use that excuse.
That's fucking bullshit.
No.
I mean, that's true for some girls, but I feel like for a majority, that's bullshit. Girls
If somebody is at the level of not wanting to fuck with you because like they think you might have COVID, she was just never into you, bro.
Yeah,
you
facts.
know?
And she's definitely gonna let the next guy that she fucking fucks with like fuck her, get in her guts and shit.
Exactly. A girl will fuck for even.
Because girls are just as horny as guys, and if we're willing to compromise COVID for sex, then I feel like there's a majority of
I would
girls
get
that's
COVID
gonna.
for some pussy.
Yeah, I think girls would get COVID for some dick. I'm sure there is girls that got COVID for some dick.
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah. All right, now, what was I gonna say? Oh, do you think women are lonelier now after COVID? Because like we're all, nobody's going to school, nobody's going. A lot of people aren't at their offices, so they have no social interaction. Do you think women now are lonelier because of COVID?
I think. Look, I mean.
Or you don't see a change?
I think socially, we're still in a position where women aren't going after men are still going after them, and they're gonna still have access to social interaction. Whereas the guy, you really have to fight for it, you know. But I think everybody's lonely as fuck because of COVID. I mean, I wasn't really depressed before COVID. Fuck COVID. But I mean, my life is pretty much the same, but I'm now depressed as fuck. So I don't really know. Also, I'm not a girl, you know. You should ask some girls these questions. I think they have some cool stuff to say. But I don't know. I think
they ain't gonna be honest with a dude like me.
That's true. I feel like if you just paid some girl, $5 to ask those questions. Yeah. You know, you could do it. I could wear drag and do it for you if you want, bro.
Okay, cool.
That's good. I'm done.
Yeah. Put on some Kool-Aid on your lips.
Yeah. I think he's got red chapstick. Okay. So yeah, just smear that on me. You know.
All right, now how long does it take for you to like somebody? Because some people say instant, some people say I gotta know this person very well before I like them. Where do you stand on that?
That's a good question.
Because I had some women tell me I gotta see this guy in front of his family before I could judge him. If I haven't seen him in all different circumstances, in front of his friends, in front of his family.
If you're really into someone, it only takes, a few complex conversations, to really know if you're clicking with that person, socially. It shouldn't take too long for you to actually feel a connection with somebody if you've got a valid connection with them,
So for me to like someone, okay, because for me, in my mind, this is how my mind works. I got two different likes. Like you in a way, like, damn, I'm sexually attracted to you, and that's it. And like you as, like, I really fuck with your soul and spirit. Like, wow. Like, I feel like I could talk to you for, like, hours. So I'm just speaking in terms of the first one. Yeah. So like you and sexually attraction-wise, it's kind of instinct. Like, I'll look at you, and if you look good, you look good. I like you. Let's mingle, you know what I'm saying? But in terms of like soul and spirit, that's a longer thing, you know what I'm saying? I don't believe in the whole love at first sight thing shit. So for me to like you, I feel like I gotta talk to you for a little bit, like, and be like, yeah, like, you're in my mind type shit. Like, I be thinking about you like at multiple times through the day. So that's kind of how I know I like it.
So about that, it's like, in order to love somebody, you've got to know somebody. That's the important thing. So you can only really know if you actually care about somebody until you know them well as a person.
Do women like bad boys?
Absolutely, bro. No, I mean,
how do you explain that?
That's a good question. I don't know. All my friends who are bad boys get a shit ton of pussy, so it's absolutely true.
There's more people over there.
I think it's honestly that they just go for it more, and women don't have as high standards as you think, as long as you're charismatic, So, and because they're just more bold and they go for that, more women are into that, And if you miss every shot you don't take, So if I'm approaching a lot of girls, yeah, I might get yelled at, I might get drink stumped on me, but at the end of the day, I've talked to a lot more women than a guy, and then that guy in that suit just walks by, says, "You look very pretty," then leaves.
But I've never seen him with his arm around nobody though.
Yeah, because he's not talking to a lot of people. He's just saying shit then leaving.
Yeah.
If he
he doesn't carry on with like a real conversation.
Yeah, if he tried to make a connection with a lot of girls a day, try to actually speak to them, try to meet friends of friends, he would have action, but he doesn't because he just throws it out there, and nobody's gonna grab onto that.
What do you think about these women who come here to walk dogs? Because I've never seen any of them like look like they really want to meet nobody.
No, man, they're walking their fucking dog. It's not. I don't think we should give a fuck about them. I don't think they should give a fuck about me. They gotta right there. They just got a dog. They gotta get that fucker shit, and they gotta get out of here. Should I be swearing less because it's demonetization?
Well, I'm not really that big yet. So it doesn't matter.
But yeah, like, I don't think it's my business about somebody's dog, They can do what they want, If they make it clear that they don't want to be talked to, they've made it clear, that's their business.
I don't want to bet. No. Give it to me.
Are women attracted to bad boys?
Yes.
Men who treat them badly?
Huh?
Men who treat them badly? And how do you explain that?
Shit, man, I feel like a girl can take this, because I think I had this conversation with a girl before, but like, I'm really gonna explain this terribly. For ladies, I hope y'all know what I mean, but I feel like girls aren't attracted to when men treat them like shit. No one likes when someone treats them like shit. But what they like about a bad boy is the edge, the energy, you know what I'm saying? The energy they bring, it's really like, a bad boy, they can like, and this might sound fucked up to say, play with their emotions, and like, in the sense that, yes, that is kind of bad. You don't want to play with someone's emotions. I'm not promoting that. But when you like, when you're like, when they don't know what the fuck you're doing, and like, it's like, and you don't kind of care, they can't read you. It's kind of attractive because it's like, I don't know. It's just, I think that's just what they like. They just like the confidence, because most confidence you see are from bad boys, I guess. But I feel like there's a lot of confident niggas who aren't like a bad boy or abuser or whatever, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I think what they like from bad boys are just the confidence and the edge. That's really it. The perspective. You know what it is? I feel like it's not just a confidence edge thing. I think it's also like it might sound weird to say, but I think it's a masculinity thing. Like, I feel like, I think it's fair to say generally most women like masculine men, and you'll find a lot of masculine niggas through bad boys. Like they're willing to fight.
Yeah.
They're willing to they have interesting stories, you know what I'm saying? Be in altercations, have an interesting life, and a lot of girls want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So I think it's also confidence, edge, and masculinity. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's also like if I heard those stories, I'd want to be your friend. I'd want to talk to you. You know, that's part of it. But yeah, I don't think it's. I think it's part of it. It's that girls are more into bad guys, but also just that bad guys, they talk to girls more. They're more bold and they're more decisive. You know, and we went into that, but also that gets you interacting with more people. You know, they do more shit. They have more opportunities.
Yeah.
And that's how they get that. You know. But you know, it's definitely. I think it's right about the masculinity thing. You know, somebody who does shit, you know, a weak, ineffectual man isn't attractive.
Right.
It's absolutely true, you know.
It's true.
Because I think if you can stand up for yourself, you can stand up for them. You know.
Now, do you ever meet women that you don't want to date, but you want to become friends with them, like they're one of the guys? Or do you want to smash
I'm
all
kind
of
of into
them?
most girls I meet,
Yeah.
and then gradually I realize how annoying they are. And either I'm not into them, or I'm like, okay. Yeah, you're cool, but I'm not that into you anymore, and I just want to be your friend. I mean, I start off being into every girl I meet, you know, like that's just how I am as a person. But eventually, you know, it's just like, okay, yeah, you're whatever. You know, I'll talk to you, I'll be your friend, but I don't really care about you that much. Or I do care about them, but it's just in a friend way, you know. I usually never meet people who I'm just like, I want to be your friend, unless they're just completely not my type, you know. But they're cool to talk to.
Wait, so you said you're into just about every woman you meet?
Yeah, but like...
But you're not smashing on a regular basis?
No, not at all. Nothing
that doesn't make
ever,
any sense,
bro.
man. That doesn't add up.
I don't know.
You should be getting busy like every week, man.
But I'm not. I don't know, man. And girls, they comment me on my hair and shit. I don't know. I know there's a lot of girls who are into skinny guys right now, and I'm a big guy.
Yeah. So
you know, my
big guys
skinniest
get no
friends.
love.
My skinniest friends get the most pussy I know.
You gotta
so
send this
that's part
picture
of it.
around to women and say, check me out. This is what all
I can just Photoshop myself to be skinnier. You know,
Yeah.
that's what I gotta do.
No, I mean, because like, basically I think the thing with women is they need to know your backstory, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Or they need to know something about you. They don't like random people approaching them. So like if they're able to watch like a video like this, they're like, okay, you know, I've had a fun with that,
y'all
you
should
know?
DM me. I gotta put my Instagram in the comments or something.
Yeah, we gotta circulate this video, right?
Yes, please.
My guy friends to female friend ratio is not adding up. It's not equal. You know what I'm saying? I feel like in this society, it's not normal. It's not normal to like just be friends with girls because you know niggas is trying to fuck, which is true. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It is true to a degree, but I feel like there's certain female friends that I would be fine like with just being friends with. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I don't like fuck with you that way. You know what I'm saying? But they might not feel the same way. They might not be able to be friends with me because they're attracted to me.
Yeah.
So they might not want to be friends with me. And that's cool. But I'm definitely fine with being friends with somebody I love. If I think like they have a quality that attracts me friend-wise, low-key you can be like attracted to someone like through just friendship, like low-key. But yeah, I don't know if you ever heard the term shooting my friend shot.
No, that's the first time.
Yeah. My friend's been using that word lately, but yeah, that's the thing, low-key. But yeah.
I want to say one more thing. That is, I do have a lot of female friends, but they're all lesbians, basically. I know a lot of lesbians. I'm friends with a lot of lesbians. It's kind of weird. I don't know. It keeps happening to me. I keep on meeting lesbians. But I mean, God, it's so many girls are bi now.
Yo, I was just about to end.
Right?
Yo,
Right?
I know so many lesbians. I'm about to be like, I was thinking in my head, like, I know so many bisexual.
And there's so many girls who are bi and more into girls. It's crazy. I don't know. I mean, look.
Yeah, they usually
good for them. You know, if they're having a good time.
Usually it's always like, oh yeah, I'm bisexual, and I'm more like, I think girls are more attractive, but I fuck more niggas.
Yeah. Look, I mean, the Greeks are doing the same thing. They love women and make love to men. You know.
Wow.
That's true, bro. The Greeks fuck the shit out of their dudes. Fuck the shit out of their But I don't know. I mean, look, a lot of girls are saying they're bisexual, but a lot of girls in 20 years who said they were bi are going to be married to men. That's just true. Because you know, straight girls will still fucking make out with each other in the bathrooms. You know, they just be like that in high school and college. You know, they're gonna.
It's a phase, right?
They're gonna realize eventually that they're not that much into it as they were before. You know.
All right, now let me ask you this.
Yeah.
If you had a choice between smashing an ugly woman, well, you said you had no standards, so I can't.
I have some. No, I have some standards. All right. I still have a lot of preferences.
All right, now let's say you had a choice between smashing an unattractive woman and an attractive man. Where do you stand on that?
I think at the end of the day, every girl looks good from behind.
So you just hit it from behind.
Exactly. And with men, you know, I'm just not that into men. I'm sorry. You know, that into it.
Okay.
He's not
shit.
talking to me.
That guy's crazy. That guy's fucking
Whatever.
crazy.
Thank you.
That guy's fucking nuts.
Just play it chill, bro. Don't even react to me. That's how you do it, bro. You just don't even be like he's here.
Yeah, unattractive women or attractive men.
Not every girl looks good from behind because there's some girls that has no asses. So yeah. Or got some shit eczema on their asses. You never know. But anyways, attractive man and ugly girl. Well,
Yeah, what would you choose?
that guy's distracting me. My fault.
Yeah, he's crazy. He's armed too. He's got a knife. I seen him stab like a pole one time.
Nah. He's chilling, bro. He's not gonna do nothing.
Just be ready though. Be ready to take him down.
All right.
I mean, there's like 4 of us, right?
Yeah, so I'm not really worried.
But just
Josiah could be our meat shield.
Yeah, he's walking away. See, I knew it wouldn't be a problem. But anyways, yeah, I'm not gay, so like, I probably would rather smash an ugly bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty much the reason. Yeah.
Let me follow up with the last question. How do you set the boundaries so that you know the woman that you just want to be friends with doesn't get the wrong idea, that you're not leading her out? How do you set those boundaries?
How do I set those boundaries?
Without sounding weird, because you can't just go up to a woman and say, "Hey, I just want to be friends with you. I don't want to date you."
So this scenario is, we say this scenario like it's a girl that
It's a woman. It's a girl, okay, that you think she's cool, like she's one of the guys.
But
You want to play poker with her.
but she wants to get with me or anything like that, or is it
No,
just
but you don't know if she wants
That's
to get
it?
with you. Yeah.
Okay,
But you
I
want to set the boundaries to make sure she don't get the wrong idea. You ain't leading her on.
For one,
girls don't do that shit with you. They'll do whatever.
For one, I feel like I don't know. I'll be lying if I'd say like, oh, if I'm, because I'm not. I don't know how to explain it, but I gotta know if I feel like she likes me, because I'm not gonna randomly say, oh, by the way, we're just friends, and she never really thought of me that way. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I can tell when a girl likes me, and even if I still don't know, I feel like my intentions will show. Like, I'll be like, friend, I won't flirt with you as much. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially if we link and I don't like touch you excessively, like here, your thighs or your face, or even try to kiss you if I see there's a vibe. You're my friend. You know what I'm saying? That's just that's how I do it.
Because there's a lot of women that I've seen that I really want to hang out with them. I mean, I have excellent conversations with them, and I want to hang out with them, right? And maybe I want to get with their friends too, but I don't want to lead them on. I don't want to give them like hope. You know what I mean?
By asking me that you want to get with their friends.
No, I don't. I said I might want to get with her friends, but not with her.
You want to lead them on.
But I don't want to lead her on. I mean, I meet a lot of women like that.
I feel like
It's like, how do you make it clear to women that
I
you're
feel like-
close, but not like...
Yeah.
It's
why we gotta make sure our intentions is known if they didn't set their intentions? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
So,
but you'd want a woman to give you that common courtesy of, making it clear what her intentions are with you, right? We're not
no.
playing
What I'm
games.
saying, if I'm coming towards a woman, like if I feel some type of way with her, like I like your feelings, I'm gonna let her know first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and a girl should do the same for you.
Yeah, and if she's not doing that, then I don't care. I'm not gonna go out my way and say,
Exactly.
hey, we're just friends, and she haven't even mentioned that or give any inclination to that.
I mean, there are definitely people, girls I know who I just want to be their friend.
Yeah.
But honestly, the thing is, I don't have the issue of turning away women. I don't have the issue of being like,
So
no.
you ain't gotta
I
set
wanna
no
be friends.
boundaries.
I don't have to, no, because they're never the ones who are like, I'm into you, Clayton. I just don't have that issue.
Yeah.
It's an advantage.
All right. So you got the advantage.
I
I know. Can opposites
except I get
attract?
no pussy, but yeah. What'd you say?
Can opposites attract? You're into what are you into? Heavy metal?
Yeah. Classic rock, heavy metal, grunge, weird experimental shit that Beck does. Really, 90s alt rock and like 60s, mid 60s rock.
Can you see yourself getting with like a breakdancer?
I mean, she's got them breakdancing skills,
Yeah.
She can definitely do some crazy shit. I'm down with that.
Are you into drugs or drinking?
It's very difficult for me to get a good high, honestly. I've smoked I look like a guy who smokes a lot of pot, and I've smoked some pot, but honestly, it doesn't do that much for me. I'd
not a
have to
habit
have
for you?
acid. and I didn't hallucinate at all.
Yeah.
Whereas Josiah, the guy there, he's way bigger than me, you know, and acid is, you know, weaker on you, like, you know, the more mass you got, and he does a shit ton more drugs than me. But when I did acid, I felt nothing. I mean, I saw like a little weird pattern in the sky for like 20 minutes, then done, you know, and I had some substances as well that day. But I'm down with a girl who does drugs, you know. Look, if she's like a hardcore meth addict, you know, shoots up heroin every day, I'm probably gonna be like, no, guys, I can fix her, I swear, but that would not be a good move, you know.
But so do you think like if I'm not into drugs, I can get with a girl that's into drugs? You think we can be together?
I think if a girl's personality is drug use and you're like a, a guy who doesn't fuck with drugs at all, doesn't like drink, then that's gonna cause friction, obviously. But you know, you can be with somebody who likes to do crazy shit and you're more of a reserved guy, or the opposite, you know. As long as you both care about each other, that's all that really matters.
Where do you stand on that? Opposites attract?
I feel like the whole opposite attract thing. I don't know. I like someone that's similar to me, so I don't think it's opposite attracts. I think people like people that look good. You know what I'm saying? Whatever that be, physical or whatever the fuck they be doing. You know what I'm saying? If it's true and the opposites do attract, I don't know if they're gonna last. You know what I'm saying? Y'all might attract each other, but y'all might not last.
All right, now let me ask you this. Women are very sensitive to what you call them.
Yeah.
What if I called a woman darling?
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
I feel like you shouldn't
Is
call...
that offensive?
I feel like, everybody's different. I'm handling it. Let me just handle this.
I'll be over there.
Yeah, I know.
We'll meet you later, bro.
Alright, I'm gonna make this my last one.
Okay.
So, yeah. What was I saying?
Darling.
Oh, darling, right.
Because that's what I'm thinking. Like, people always say be yourself, right? I'm thinking darling. I want to walk up to a woman and say darling.
Yeah.
Right? But like that isn't
same thing like
always
shorty or
acceptable.
baby or da-da-da. You know, everybody's different.
Right.
So for me, what I do is I don't come up, because I say shorty a lot, or girl. But if I don't know you, I'm gonna just like say hi. You know, you can never go wrong with a general or she, he, or you, those type of words. You know, and if I know you, if I catch the vibe, and if I know you're a darling girl, then I'm gonna call you darling. If I know you're a shorty girl, I'm gonna call you shorty. You know what I'm saying? I just need a little inference of what type of girl you are for me to be comfortable and take the risk of calling you by not your name. So yeah.
So you definitely looking for the cues.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. For me, I try to use girls' names as much as possible. For you, I would say I don't think darling is the right word to use. I'm good right now, man.
Wait, hold on. Let me ask you. What's your IG?
Oh, my IG? Oh, okay. My IG is blue_MULBAH. I'm a rapper, actor, YouTuber. You can look me up. My YouTube channel is Vibing with Blunt. My music channel is my artist name is Lil Blunt. You can search me up on YouTube. I got mad songs. That's
my thank you. So you were saying darling?
I don't think darling is the right word to use on girls if you don't know them well or if you're not even their boyfriend.
You think that's like sexual harassment?
I don't think it's sexual harassment, but I think if I was a girl, that would make me uncomfortable if you said that. I don't know, I just have to use girls' names. I don't fuck with shit like that.
They say be yourself, right?
Yeah.
But what if myself is just like a jackass? You know what I mean? Should I really be myself? Because like I said before, I like calling women darling. I can't be myself. I like looking at a woman and say, hey, nice tattoos. I like the rest of you too. Let me get into the rest of you.
That's bold, man. That's bold.
Me. That's me. I'm being myself. So, I mean, can you really be yourself? I don't be myself.
I think it's unreasonable to expect that for anybody that their raw behavior is ever going to be considered, the perfect, the right thing to do. No, because the fact is, if you're a weird guy and you be yourself, you're gonna be a weird guy, But if
that's why my rule for myself is never be myself.
Yeah, I mean, you want to be honest with people, but I think you've got to be aware of what you say. It's. I really, unless you're a very charismatic person, and if the advice that is be yourself would help you, then honestly you don't have the issues. Like, if being yourself is what got you women, then you wouldn't really, you wouldn't have the need to be like, what do I got to do? I have to be myself or whatever. You wouldn't have that issue.
Right.
That's if that was attractive, then that would already be getting you shit.
Yeah, I could never be myself. All right, now let's say you see a woman, a group of 3.
Yeah.
And you like the one in the middle. How do you squeeze in there? Because like, what are you gonna do? Push the other friends inside? You know what I mean? Because it would look weird if I like tried to walk right up into the middle of it and try to squeeze in.
If a girl's
there's
having
one
a
on the left or
conversation
right.
and is in a group and I'm trying to introduce myself to her, talk to her,
Yeah.
I just try to make a connection with her, you know, and I just try to, you know, zero in on her, try to get something, you know, conversationally, socially going between us, and you know, hopefully my skills in conversation will, you know, work what they do, and we'll be able to actually talk to each other. I can get her Instagram at, we talk later, you know, and that does happen. Eventually I get ignored, you know, that's how it is. But yeah, no, you really just gotta try to talk to somebody, and you know, if they've got shitty friends who are fucking you up, and they've got shitty friends that are fucking you up, you really can't help that, you know, at the end of the day. And then a girl's friends are gonna be still a representation of her, you know. If her friends are fucking annoying pieces of shit, you can guarantee that, you know, she's gonna be an annoying piece of shit. But you know, if you know your social circle, you know, says shit about you, you know. Yeah.
All right, now, do you believe nice guys finish last?
Nice guys don't finish. The nice guy mentality is not what gets you anywhere anymore, and it should never have been the mentality you take. Women, everybody still wants to be respected and cared about. That's absolutely true, but at this stage in the game, socially, being respectful is being a nice guy, and there's such a bad stigma around it. That's just not how you play anymore, you know. It's a game and you've got to win. You know, you don't do that by playing by the rules. You know what I'm saying?
So the bad guys are going to be finishing first.
I mean, if you're a piece of shit, you know, you can still be a piece of shit and go no action. But I mean, if a man is desperate enough, he'll get something. You know, it's like how a crackhead at the end of the day is never like, oh, you know, guess I'm not going to have crack today. You know, they'll always find a way. You know. And a man can do that too, you know. Life finds a way. Yeah. I know, I've known people who have parents who are just horrible pieces of shit, and they've been divorced, and they still get action because, you know, they're not. You don't win by playing by the rules. You know. Yeah. I don't think being a nice guy is what you should try to be. I think you should still try to be a good person, but nice guy and good person are two different things right now. Yeah. You know.
So you got to find that middle ground.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now, if you could redo a part of your life, what would it be? You make any mistakes in your life?
Yeah, I've made some mistakes. I would go back 2 years and try to do better at school.
Study harder?
Yeah, well, actually, you know what, man? I don't need to study, honestly. I've never needed to study ever. I would have just tried to have done my homework. Because honestly, I hate to brag about this. I hate to talk about this shit because it makes me feel like an asshole. But I am a smart person. I've never had to do homework ever in my life to understand a subject. I can just go into it and solve it. With school. However, I'm also very lazy. I'm ADHD as fuck, so I end up skipping a lot of homework, and my grades are doing pretty bad. There are also some people I wouldn't have talked to, some girls I wouldn't have talked to, definitely. I've made some mistakes. And I would have, I would have tried to stop Nick, who's my friend. He's alive, but he OD'd, and I would have tried to have, if I had that foreknowledge, I would have tried to help him out somehow, you know.
All right, so what are your goals in life?
My goals?
Because you said studying, right? Are you trying to get into a good college?
The thing is, college is antiquated. It's just the truth now with the prices of college, and if you talk to people with a master's degree, I know people with masters who can't get employed, you know? The money in the world right now, it's in stocks, it's in Bitcoin, it's in NFTs, you don't play the game by playing by the rules, all right? You break that shit and you fuck around with money and stocks and you just root for yourself and you can succeed. But going to college, getting a 4-year degree, you know, all that shit, that's not how you win anymore. That's just not how you win at it anymore. My goals in life are very simple.
Wait, so why does it matter how good you do in school then?
Because I would still
get all F's and it wouldn't
because
matter.
I'm in a very bad school.
Yeah.
But I need to transfer out of it because I still would like to have, you know, college is not how you win anymore, but it's still valuable to have. You know, I'd still like to do something with, you know, business and economics in school because I'm trying to make a lot of money. You know, my goals in life are fuck bitches, get money. That's about the two things I'm into doing right now, and making music. I'm really into music. But if I could have done anything, I would have, I don't know, I would have played more guitar. when I was younger. But I don't know. I think you should still try to do well in school, but it's not what it used to be. Education, the world is just so different from when public school was even first instituted, and colleges were first instituted, and yeah, you can make money working a job, but it just makes more sense right now to take what money you can have and make smart investments.
Right.
Make your money make you money. You know what I'm saying?
I agree with what you said with the college, because I know a guy who got a psychology degree. He's working as a bartender. I know another guy who had a degree in criminal justice. He's working at Walmart.
Yeah, man.
So it's like, why did you go to school for this guy who got the psychology degree went to school for 6 years.
And he wasted thousands and thousands, tens of thousands at least, you know?
For what? You didn't need that to be
for a piece of paper telling him he's smart. If he was smart, he's smart,
And another theory that I have is people who are successful are going to be successful regardless of whether they have a college degree or not.
If you've got that drive, absolutely. It's no longer like the man I was named after, Clayton McMullen.
Yeah.
He was a Great Depression farmhand.
Right.
And he made money investing in fucking railroad stocks and stuff. He got a very high paying job at the Pittsburgh Steel Company.
Right.
I have a letter from him to my grandfather.
Yeah.
He.
Oh, so you're like the fourth or the third?
Well, no. See, my great grandfather was Clayton, but then his son was Robert.
Oh, so he broke the chain.
Yeah, Robert broke his chain.
Yeah.
I could have been the third actually if I was named after my father, who was Douglas, the second.
Yeah.
Could have been the third, but no, I'm Clayton the first right now because the chain broke. But absolutely, I think if you're going to be successful, you're going to be successful. And that doesn't mean that if you're not, if life hasn't handed itself to you, that doesn't mean that you don't have the capacity to succeed, because you still have to work your fucking ass off. But I don't think anybody's ever been saved by going to college. I mean, mentally, yes, you can have been given a social group and a life because of college, but economically, if you went to college, you could have done other stuff with all that money. You could have opened a business.
I'm not saying that college is useless, because if you want to become an engineer or something.
There is a reason college exists. There are vacancies in the market that a college degree educated person fills in being a doctor and clinical psychology and fixing shit, making shit work. Trade schools. That's gonna be destroyed by robots in a few years.
The thing is, you can't just go to college because other people are going to college. That's the mentality of a lot of people. They're not really going there for a reason.
Yeah. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna do at college. I don't even know if I'm gonna fucking go.
I would say hold off on it unless you have a reason. If you want to be a nurse, right? You got to go to college. Want to be an engineer? You got to go to college.
I don't. I mean, it costs so much money, and unless I do well in school, I'm not gonna be able to get a scholarship.
Right.
And money has been good as of recent, but it's going to get very tight soon. Because I think my parents are getting divorced. And I don't know how it's going to be exactly financially, but my dad is a 60-year-old with no experience in any field. He was homeless, living in the squats in a crack house, and then worked shitty part-time to shitty part-time. He was a reporter for some years, but he really doesn't have a lot of experience, And my mother's a career woman, right? And they're gonna split up. My dad's about to move out. My mother has cancer. It's very grisly, but I don't know how my dad's gonna make money, but I think I'm old enough right now that the state lets me choose which parent I'm going with, and I'm definitely going with my dad. No question about that. Absolutely, I'm going with my father.
Yeah. I mean, community college is always an option as well, because it's a lot cheaper.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, a community college degree, is that gonna land me? I don't think anything I could learn at a community college degree besides economics could ever land me in a place where I'm gonna be happy. I don't have a dream job. I want to have a shit ton of money.
Yeah.
Be able to retire early, just do what the fuck I want.
I know.
Ideally, I think a dream job is just being able to make music for a living, I love playing guitar.
Wait, so how did you become friends with these cats here?
So my friend Nick went to the same school I'd go to, which is, for troubled kids who are very smart, but, very troubled, ADHD is fuck, I got opposition for finance disorder, whatever, a whole thing, right? I met him, then he overdosed on speedball. He disappeared for years. I was trying to find him, couldn't. Eventually, I was able to find his new accounts and shit. Got in contact with him. We went to Wash 2 weeks ago. I hung out with him, and then I met Josiah over here. Maybe it was 3 weeks ago. Josiah Aiden, Shatiba, they've all been on your show, previous episodes. And I met them, and I'm hanging out with them just independently because Nick can't get out because he got drunk as fuck last night. He's grounded, So I reached out to like my one friend in this scene who I still, because he's basically my only friend IRL anymore besides the guys I've just met who I think are very cool, but like generally speaking, I don't have a lot of friends at school or really outside of school.
Yeah.
So I really tried to have a social group, and now I have something going on that I'm very happy with.
That's good, man. I can see like you guys really click together.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I mean, despite the different kind of backgrounds, like none of them are metalheads.
No, yeah, and I'm a sheltered fucking kid, man. My mother had a lot of. My mother's a gentrifier.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I moved into Flatbush, and she is a.
Oh, is that being gentrified now?
I mean, my mother's starting it, but I'm gonna die broke and stop the gentrification probably.
Wait, so Flatbush was like hood before?
Flatbush is still hood, I would say.
Still hood? Oh, so it's in the process of being
my house is right next to a bunch of Latin Kings graffiti, Yeah, I live right next to it, and I'm near Trish Avenue, but like there's kind of this weird divide where you've got like Flatbush, East Flatbush, and you've got Prospect Park South, which is this weird mini suburban area where it's either like Jewish like moms and then like Hispanic families, so it's kind of gentrified. It's getting gentrified because Jewish people have so much money, But I think nowadays, I think a lot of like my father was talking to me. We were driving over the. There's the Gowanus Canal, thing that goes up and down, and there's the area above it. Driving over that, and he looks over and he's just like, used to be able to tell where Manhattan ended and Brooklyn was because Manhattan was all these, tall buildings and Brooklyn was just flat. But he's now you look out at the north and they've Manhattanified Brooklyn, absolutely Brooklyn is getting gentrified. And, there's money that comes with that, but there's also people getting tossed out on the streets because of that, I don't think neighborhoods becoming higher income is a problem. It's the issue that neighborhoods are becoming higher income at the expense of poorer people who live there who can't pay for rent anymore, Because I don't think, like, if I never moved out of my house and I made a shit ton of money, I'm not a bad person, for uplifting myself, But, it's very complex. But absolutely, Flatbush is starting to get gentrified, for sure,
Now, speaking of that, do you know any New Yorkers who have left, and where are they going?
So before COVID, I had a friend who lived around here on the Lower East Side, right near that school Nest Plus M, in an apartment building. But during COVID, he stayed upstate because his family bought a house there a very while ago, very cheap house. And they bought that, and he's staying up there for a while, and he may move up there because, New York is so fucked because of COVID right now that he might just stay up there.
Yeah. Now, if you weren't in New York, where would you be?
Ideally, I'd love to live in Europe because I'm getting a Lithuanian passport because my mother's a Lithuanian citizen. I'm getting that.
I was talking to a babe from Lithuania the other day.
Ah, damn. But my family's actually very famous in Lithuania. It's a very long story. Yes, my father was a very highly regarded Lithuanian writer. My mom's on radio shows. Yeah, but
What did you say? Your mother's British?
No, my mother's Lithuanian.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but I would say ideally somewhere in Europe with a lot of snow if I wasn't in New York or...
Wait, so you say you're getting Lithuanian citizenship?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. So you could travel all over.
Yeah, because EU citizenship. Yeah. But if I wasn't in New York, I'd still have to be in a city because I love the city. I would never want to live somewhere I have to drive for hours to be somewhere. I fucking hate cars in the first place. If you think about, just imagine that, the streets that there were just like a bottomless pit, right? Think about how much space we've sacrificed for the sake of the automobile industry, because the government loves that shit. Whereas, an entire crowded traffic thing of cars, if we had a very large, comprehensive bus system, there would be no traffic, The thing is that the state is so inefficient that that'll never happen. But, it is what it is.
Do you speak any foreign languages?
So... I don't speak any fluently at all. I had this Russian teacher. I loved learning Russian, but she was a very bad teacher. And I've been skipping all of my French classes this year. I'm on the third lesson of Duolingo, and I've had it since September. So,
Can you say anything in Russian or French?
I can say that, hello, my name is Clayton, which is, that's Arabic. I used to say Arabic. It would be, Привет, меня зовут Clayton. I know your name is, but what is questioning your name is? Yours is, your name is naming somebody, but his name is, but I don't know how to ask somebody their name actually. Whatever, you know.
I just did a Russian woman earlier.
Russian was a few years ago, but I've forgotten most of it because my teacher sucks so much ass. If she sees this, I'm sorry, but she was just not a good language teacher.
Yeah, the interview that I did before you was a Russian woman.
That's cool.
All right, now, where were you coming from before you came here to this park?
I was at the concert from the Pink Louds in Tompkins earlier. And then we came here just kind of, you know, because you gotta wash, because you just gotta fucking wash. We got some pizza. Really just St. Mark's and Tompkins, you know.
Where are you going once you leave here?
I don't know where they're going. Wherever, you know, Josiah and Shatiba and all those guys go, I'll just follow them. I don't really have anything to do today.
Let me ask you this. What's the difference between Wash and Tompkins?
That's a good question.
A lot of people like to compare them.
You know what? Tompkins had people fucking in the bathrooms. Wash doesn't. You know, that's
so it's more conservative here.
It's just like, is Wash more gentrified than Tompkins? I would say yes. You know, there's more people here consistently. I don't think they're very different though. I think, you know, Tompkins. I don't know. Tompkins has all those fucking, you know, just skater kids who are horrible at dancing, you know, at the concerts. Whereas here it's mainly just, you know, you sit in the circle and you got the skater kids who are, you know, going on and it sucks ass. But they're not very different, you know. Same shit, different, you know, a few blocks away. It's nice to have both of them though, absolutely.
Yeah. If you had a trust fund of $5,000 a month, would you still work?
$5,000 a month?
Yeah. Or would you just live off that?
That's $1,000 a week.
Yeah.
I would, if I had an income of $5,000 a month, I would invest that, all of it.
Well, how would you eat though?
How would I eat?
Yeah.
I would try to scrape by as hard as I could couch surfing for a few years.
Yeah.
And with an investment that large a month, I mean, that much passive income, I would probably chase a low-income job that can give me shitty rent, but use that to invest, and that can make me
still work.
Yes, but I would use that to fund a large passive income just for investments.
That sounds like a plan.
Absolutely.
All right, now, can you do a New York accent? I noticed you're not doing a New York accent here.
Yeah, no, I don't have an accent, I don't think.
Can you do one?
I don't want to embarrass myself on the internet, and I'm not very good at it.
Embarrass yourself. That's the name of the game.
I can't do a New York accent.
I had a guy come on here sounding Australian.
I've been told I say water like a New Yorker, but besides that, I say water.
Yeah.
You know, I like my fucking water, you know? But,
right.
I don't know, besides that, I don't know, I don't think people really have New York accents anymore, at least to any real degree.
Oh man, you gotta go to Staten Island.
I don't fuck with Staten Island.
Or Long Island. Long Island's got a lot of New York
Long
accents.
Island, yeah, but I mean, like, in Manhattan, in Brooklyn.
Yeah, because there's too many out-of-towners here.
I think just also there's, I don't know, it's just a lot of immigrants too, they don't speak.
Yeah, that's true, like me.
Yeah,
like,
so people are less influenced by what it used to be, you know?
Yeah, like my whole neighborhood.
I live in a really black neighborhood, and nobody ever talks, you know, New York accent. And in the gentrified white neighborhoods that are wealthy, nobody talks like, you know, with the New York accent at all.
Right. Because they've got like houses in like the south of France and wherever else,
Yeah, and,
right?
like, you know,
it's like, oh, I'm just here for like whatever.
on the Upper East Side, yeah, no. I think the identity of the city and things like that, the accent are definitely dying. You know, New York is starting to be more of a less. I think part of the city's identity is fading away. You know.
All right, now states, countries.
States. I've been in Canada on that big ass ice lake you can skate on, and
oh, you mean the 51st state?
That's what?
Yeah.
I don't know, whatever. But
Okay.
the big river that you skate on in Canada.
Yeah.
I've been there.
Right.
I've been to Dublin, Ireland, and just kind of the Irish countryside for a wedding when I was very young.
Yeah.
And I've been to Wyoming,
Yeah.
and I've been on the states on the way up to Maine because my grandfather
Yeah.
bought a cheap little plot of land in the middle of the woods and built a house there in Maine.
Yeah.
It's all solar powered. It's very cool.
Yeah,
And
that's
I go up there every summer. So yeah, I've been Wyoming, Ireland. What the fuck is that? It's not. It sounds like Iowa or something.
Idaho?
No, because it's in Canada.
Oh, in Canada. Oh,
Yeah,
Ottawa,
yeah.
Ottawa.
Ottawa, yeah, in
Yeah.
Ottawa. Yeah.
That's where they speak like French and stuff, right?
No, that's Quebec.
Yeah.
Have I been anywhere else? I've been in the Catskills a lot actually. But yeah, no, the Catskills, New York, Maine, Ottawa, and Wyoming and Ireland. Yeah.
Where do you want to go in the future?
What I want to go in the future, I don't want to have to work for the rest of my life. I want to make a lot of money, and I want to be able to go to Europe. You know, I would just love to see Europe. You know, not in a touristy way. You know, and
So you want to like take the train around?
I'd love to. You know, just live in Europe for a few years. You know, my father lived in Italy for a few years.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, no, the history of my family is basically the history of us getting large sums of money taken from us. My grandmother was Italian and had a ridiculous amount of money, and it's a very long, basically soap opera story involving World War II and computer paper factories, you know, and none of the money's with our family anymore. There's a million stories like that. We had some cool stuff from them too. My father, it got stolen by a gay black crackhead in his punk band in like the 80s. But he had a bag of ancient, very old coins from his grandmother, from his mother, my grandmother, the Italian woman. And in that bag were actual ancient gold Roman coins that were used by like traders, like, you know, around like before Christ was born, you know, and that got sold for not a lot of money for some crack. It's very depressing.
What are some good places to film videos like this in New York?
Definitely here, definitely Tompkins. Great spots to film it. I think it would be cool if you could interview people on like the Brooklyn Bridge. Having a video like talking to somebody, you know, asking these deep questions with like the sunset in the background, you know, make for a great thumbnail. That would just be cool to do. It would be difficult on the Brooklyn Bridge, but
because they're on their way somewhere.
Yeah. But the thing is that you can also talk to tourists like that, and we don't talk to those guys a lot. You know, we don't really care about them. But I think it'd be interesting to have their perspective on New York. But also the new bike lane getting put in, so you're not gonna have, you know, bikes speeding past you when you're doing those videos. That would be interesting to have. You know.
Yeah, I've actually got some tourists on my channel as well.
That's cool. Besides that, let me think. I just think doing it in cool ass spots. I mean, you could interview people, you know, on the top of the Empire State Building, you know, or on the clock tower, you know, absolutely.
Yeah.
Or in front of landmarks, you know. Like, I think it would be nice to have, you know what would be nice? Way less people here, but you can still talk to people. Is it's an arch just like this, right near Prospect Park, and that little, you know, they've got a fountain just like that to the statue. Yeah. That area, you know, there's not a lot of people there usually, but that would be a cool place to do videos like this. All laid back.
Now, you talked about Europe earlier.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have a language barrier?
A lot of Europeans
live
speak
in Europe
English.
Because I don't speak none of their language.
You live in Europe long enough, you'll get a hang of things. That's what my dad did.
Yeah.
But also, a lot of them speak English. I think like 80% of Finland is English speaking.
Oh, really?
That's because it's the English and like Mandarin Chinese, but the Chinese speak a lot of English as well.
Yeah.
Are really the international commerce languages, and the most spoken language in Europe is English.
Yeah.
You know, even not counting England, just because, you know.
All right, now, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I'm 20. I've been told by adults, I remember hearing Jordan Peterson talk about how when you ask young people where they're going to be in 5 years, they're never right. They have the exact wrong idea. Honestly, I'll be 20. If I haven't killed myself, I don't know. I'll probably still be wasting my time. I might just be... and statistically speaking, I might just be sitting in bed on my phone in about 5 years' time. I don't know. I see myself
working.
You know what though? My whole life's gonna change once my parents split up, which they are. I'll be with my dad, and I'll have to be really helping him out. So I don't know where that's gonna take me. Definitely to a less prosperous place than if I stayed with my mom, but you know, we'll see. I don't know. I really can't say. Hopefully I'm not, you know, just a crack fiend by then.
Do people ever assume like you're older than you really are?
Well,
because I thought you were older.
How old do you think I was?
I thought you were like 16, 17. No, because of Aiden, you know what I mean?
Fuck? Isn't Aiden also like 15 or 16?
Oh, there, that's right.
I don't know, but I mean, all my friends are usually older than me, definitely. People assume I'm older than... When I was like 14, people thought I was like 16, 15.
Really? Yeah.
I'm 15, people think I'm older than I am. I don't know.
Yeah.
If I don't shave, people think I'm older because I have the...
You're able to
stature.
buy like vapes and cigarettes and stuff?
I don't buy that shit because I think it's a waste of money. Both my parents smoked very heavily and it fucked them up. You know, there's a reason my mom has had cancer like 3 times, you know. It's because they all treat their bodies like shit. Thankfully, they both stopped when my mother got pregnant. And then had a shotgun wedding, you know. But you know, I don't like to waste my money on vapes or cigarettes. I buy my friends cigarettes because, you know, they're my friends. It's so shitty to hear them be like, you know, they'll down a fucking pack of Marlboros a day and be like, nah, bro, I'm not addicted. I can quit whenever I want, you know. The fact is, people talk about the very light high you get from cigarettes, but the fact is, you only enjoy that shit if once you're really into it, you're just trying to get addicted, is when you actually enjoy that shit.
Do you drink?
Honestly, man, like, I don't like to drink a lot. I drink some when it's offered to me, you know, just because.
Well, you're not gonna go out there and buy booze.
No, you know why? Because booze doesn't fucking taste good. All right, it just doesn't.
Bitter taste.
I thought there was supposed to be some weird appeal to it, but nah, it just tastes like ass the more alcohol you have in it, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like I can get, you know, high, way easier, way less painfully, you know, without, you know, having to drink shit that tastes like watered down shoe polish, because that is what it is. It's watered down flavored shoe polish.
I agree with that. I don't drink myself. Yeah. All right. What were you doing during the lockdown last year, March and April?
Last year,
were you just sitting at home?
I was
doing nothing.
There are around like 400 something hours in 2 weeks. Over the period of 2 weeks, my Steam account that's for video games said I put 300 hours into one game over 2 weeks. So I was wasting my time. I was sitting in my room, listening to Radiohead, playing video games and jerking off.
No,
Really.
nothing productive?
No, I'm not a very productive person unless I'm ADHD, you know. When I'm passionate about something, I do incredible work. I hate to brag about it, but really, when I care about something, I can do very well. But I have no work ethic because I never had to study for anything ever. When I care about something, I don't have to work hard. But I'm not a hard worker. That's really what I have, you know.
Well, so what is your greatest accomplishment in life?
My greatest accomplishment in life?
Yeah.
Probably when this last semester, every grade I got on my tests was a 90 to 100, and I had paid attention to like none of the classes. My English one, as my English teacher once said to me, Clayton, your stupidity is dangerous because it is masked by such intelligence. And what he means by that is, I am a smart guy, but I'm smart enough where I can bullshit and be stupid and get away with it, you know? So I didn't study at all for our history, I didn't study at all for my chemistry, I didn't study at all for my English, you know, I didn't study at all for my math exam, and I got basically perfect scores on everything, you know? I got a 90, a 95, and a 100, and an 100, you know?
Wait, does that put you on the honor roll?
It would if I had done any of my homework that year and paid it.
So you're not on the honor roll?
No. I go to a very small private school. It's very weird. It's a very shitty school.
Is that the one for the troubled kids?
Yes.
Okay.
It's kind of weird because let me explain this. So it's for smart kids who excel academically, but are very bad in the public school dynamic of the authority. I mean, as I have oppositional defiance disorder, ADHD, ODD, oppositional defiance disorder. Basically, I can be very violent and I'm not receptive to authority at all. I have a lot of issues with it. So.
Wait, how old were you when you started becoming like that?
How
old were you when
I tried to kill my dad when I was 5. Yeah. All right, I've always been a troubled kid. I gave kids scars in elementary school. Yeah. The only reason I wasn't fighting kids in middle school is because I didn't have anybody to fight. All right.
So you never actually went to a mainstream school?
I went to a mainstream school for all of elementary school, and it did not work. And I'm in a private school, and it did not work. Yeah. So I'm getting out of there by the end of this year.
What about getting a GED?
Oh, what's that?
That's like what is it called? General Equivalency Diploma?
Oh, yeah. Well, it basically tells you how to have a high school education.
It's like you can use that to apply to colleges and do whatever you want.
Yeah, I mean, I've already done PSATs and done very well on them. I'm not concerned with tests. I'm very good at those. So is my dad.
I'm the opposite of you.
You're bad with tests?
I'm bad with tests. I'm bad with tests and everything else. I'm bad with homework. I'm bad with tests.
Honestly, the biggest issue with what we have right now is that I mean, students should be able to work in groups a lot more with different groups constantly, because the best judge of something, because like in the modern, like business world and job world, you're not on your own. All right, you have people you're employed with and that you can work with. Not everything's a solo job, but we're conditioned to do everything as solo on. And yes, life is pretty shit for a lot of people, and you can get stranded on your own a lot. But what school teaches you isn't stuff that you're gonna have to be working on alone. There is still value to measuring individual intelligence and tests and such, but I think you put we're fucking hunter-gatherers. You put me in some air-conditioned shitty room where I'm not allowed to move at all or talk at all for 9 hours a day, and expect me as a kid to sit still all day and just sit down there and listen to you, and you're gonna act like that's gonna get something productive out of me. I think it's bullshit. I think we have to reevaluate the whole way our school system works, but that will never happen, so we're pretty fucked as it is.
What kind of questions would you ask if you were doing an interview?
That's a good question, because I don't think, I wonder if I'm trying to get people to say stuff, like, do I want people to talk about things that are interesting and, get views and all that shit, or would I want to, get what their, thoughts on or about life,
No.
answer the questions I
Basically,
don't
like,
have.
what you want to know about people.
Yeah, what I would ask them.
Because, like, for me, like, some of these questions that I'm asking, I legitimately want to know that about people. Like, what were you doing during lockdown? I'm curious about that. What are you curious about?
I'd love to hear people's life stories, because I love to have, first I just love to have a good story to tell people, and if I was doing this, I could just lie about some story with my friend. I'd make up a friend's name, and I'd tell the stories I heard from you. Boom, super charismatic, because you can just tell these hilarious fucking stories, right? People's life lessons, really just get a view of what people have learned, how they've learned things, how they've developed, try to ask people to look in on themselves, ask themselves questions. That's what I would go for.
All right, now, are you a content creator?
No, I don't really create a lot. I don't really create anything, no. I would say so.
What advice do you have for the freshmen?
For freshmen? In freshman, your grades don't matter as much, and you can kind of slack off a little. Nothing in freshman year will last. Don't try to get a freshman year girlfriend. It's not worth it. And stay away from people who are older than you when you're a freshman. Just wait. Try to learn some fucking valuable wisdom, not, algebra. Don't learn algebra. Learn how to fucking live and be a person. And get into shape, go to the gym more. Freshmen really need to just, like, it's less about, like, just, like, living how you'd live the next years for school, and more just, like, prepping yourself to be in your best possible level going into high school, into deeper levels of high school,
If you had 3 wishes, what would it be?
3 wishes, besides infinite wishes, I would love to go back 2,000 years and be able to, like, be immortal and be able to experience, like, the fall of the Roman Empire and all that shit, but I couldn't die, I think it would be awesome to be able to go back, like, 3,000 years and not be able to die and just be able to live through so much of human history, it'd be fucking awesome. And, eventually I'll be able to choose to die, because, if you live forever, the nature of mortality is that all things will happen to you, and one of those things is getting stuck in a box that you can never get out of, or get locked somewhere underground,
So your limits.
Yeah, I'd love to go back and be able to experience history, as well as just, I don't know, I'd love to be able to understand people better, and my third wish, I'd like to be like 4 inches taller. I'm 5'9".
Aren't you still growing?
I don't know. I may be, I may not. I'd rather be 6'2", but that's for sure.
Yeah, I ran into a really attractive woman the other day. She said she was 6'1". She said, I don't mess with nobody 6'1" and below.
It's you know what that is. Tall girls, some tall girls, not all of them. Basically, women like taller men because it makes them feel more feminine. Because the man looks more masculine. It's juxtaposition, right? You take two conflicting elements, they look more extreme in comparison to each other. So if a girl is very tall, she's gonna want an even taller guy, unless she's a girl who wants to feel masculine. In that case, she'll probably like a shorter guy, But for a lot of girls, tall girls want even taller guys, and that's why short girls want even taller guys,
Yeah, but if we're just gonna fuck, we're laying on the bed.
At the end of the day, if it's just fucking, then whatever. But for a relationship, tall girls usually want taller men. But no, if no strings attached, if you care about height, You're a fucking asshole. You know what that means? That just means you have a lot of options for you, and you can afford to be picky because you're attractive and men desire you because a lot of men actually are into tall women.
Yeah, that was you gotta watch her video. Her name is Anna.
I'll watch her shit, man. For sure.
You got my IG, right?
Yeah, I follow you.
Yeah, if you click on my IG, you'll see the link to my YouTube.
All right, something like a link tree thing in the bio.
Yeah.
I got you.
I just
man.
uploaded her video. I think it was like a couple of days ago or something.
Cool.
She's Anna from Atlanta.
How long are the videos?
Her video was 10 minutes.
Oh,
But
so you edit them down, right?
No, that was I maybe took a minute off, but
Yeah.
no, I didn't edit hers at all.
The way I would
10
do it
minutes.
for you, if
Yeah.
I'm giving advice to you as a content creator, is like it's good to hear people talk, but you know, I think I'm gonna be fucking I'm saying right now. You know, I'm wasting a lot of time,
Yeah.
and it's all about not just like the amount of time viewers are watching for in total, but about like how fast they click off videos, how active they are, how much you interact. So if my advice to you would be to make things, give out the biggest moments that these people have, because you know if you're talking to some guy who's rambling for a while like I do, you're gonna have to cut that down a little bit, make it more concise. You know, there's still a lot of stuff. A lot of the questions are valuable, but you know, I would say the biggest advice is, you know, snap your videos. I haven't watched your videos yet, but like, and I'm sure there's still a good flow to them, but if you want to perfect that shit, I would definitely say like, you know, more jump cuts to faster questions, cutting out some stuff. You know, that would be how I would do it if I was.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I don't have enough time to edit it.
Yeah, no,
Because, like,
editing is a bitch. You know, it takes a while, and editing software is so expensive. But if you want to elevate that to the next level, I would say look into that. You know.
Yeah. Are you ready for the next question?
Yeah, let's hear it. I'm ready for the toughest questions, man. I would talk to hear my own voice for hours.
Did I ask you your special talents?
No, you did not.
What are your special talents?
So if I do this and I try to push air through my sinuses, I can shoot air out of my eyeball. There's actually Guinness World Record for that, of a guy who blew up a balloon doing that, but it's something my father can do as well, and I can do. I can shoot little bits of air out of my eye. I'm very resistant to a lot of drugs, especially painkillers. When I was getting a root canal, they had to give me 8 times the normal dose because I was just that resistant to a lot of drugs. Most drugs didn't give me very high. I mean, I've done a tab of acid, felt nothing. Smoked a shit ton of weed, felt nothing. Drinking, felt nothing. I'm very drug resistant. I'm good at guitar. I think I'm good at talking to people. I think I'm a charismatic guy. People remember me is what one of my flexes is like. Good or bad, people remember Clayton. I mean, people are like, oh, it's fucking Clayton, and they've seen me like once. I've had like a 30-second conversation, but it's like, it's fucking Clayton. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Every time I see you, you have sunglasses on. Why is that?
Because I look like this without sunglasses.
What's wrong with that?
I don't like how I look, honestly, and I love how I look with sunglasses on.
So you wear it even at night?
I wear.
Like cloudy days and everything?
I've forgotten to take them off in the shower. All right,
Oh, wow.
I wear sunglasses in bed sometimes, man, just because I love having them. I love wearing sunglasses.
It's always those ones, or you got different ones?
I lost my pair of Armani's, man. I was so bummed about that, but I have a few pairs of sunglasses on rotation. You know?
That's why I always get the 99-cent ones.
I try to buy cheap ones, yeah, but you know, sometimes they're really
It's
nice.
so easy
ones.
to lose, though.
Yeah. You know, I had those Armani's for months though. They were so nice.
And they're easy to break, too.
Oh yeah, so easy to break. You know, that's you want Armani's to be breakable if you're manufacturing them because that drives up demand because you know it's manufactured failure basically. That's what that's called. Yeah.
All right, now let me ask you this. Have you had any game changes in your life? Anything that happened to you that made you want to change the way you live your life?
I'd say reading Jordan Peterson's Antidote to Chaos definitely helped me a lot. You know.
Yeah. How did you live your life differently after you read the book?
I'm less depressed. I'm still a very sad person, but I'm. Oh, you know what actually really changed me was Maxwell Stirner. He writes about egoism. He was a really forgotten European philosopher, but the basis of what he says is about how everyone is either a voluntary egoist or an involuntary egoist. Because at the end of the day, everything you're doing, even if you're doing something that you view as like because it's a good thing to do, you're doing it because the world being a better place and doing the things makes you happy. Acts of good are still selfish, so the only thing you can do is exalt the needs of the self and push yourself as far as possible. And that doesn't mean, you know, just fuck everybody, you know, I don't care about you, because at the end of the day, egoists will have relationships with people and have friends because it nurtures them, it helps them, you know. You have to realize how inherently selfish your existence is and then exalt yourself within that perspective. So Maxwell Sterner, Jordan Peterson, their books and their writing have helped me realize a lot about myself and motivate myself more.
That's very deep.
Yeah, as well, I think politically, I'm a very political person.
Political in what way? You a left wing, right wing guy?
I have some very radical takes on both sides. I do think we need to reevaluate how our economic system works because it's not working for a lot of Americans. That's just true. I mean, rent in my area for like a 1-bedroom, 1-bathroom can be $2,000 a month. It's fucking insane. All right, there needs to be what people need to realize is that the only place the government has in business, it never makes things better, it only weakens them, but sometimes you have to put a check on capitalism. So the only place the government should have is to weaken that and uplift people, because as corrupt...
socialism?
I'm not a socialist though, because there's so much wrong. I mean, Marx was so wrong about what he said, and you know, the whole idea about how like capitalism is inherently wrong because of how bosses treat workers is so stupid to me. But again, I've got some very right-wing views when it comes to free speech and gun rights. All right, like people don't understand what the Second Amendment's about. All right, the right to bear arms and the rebel militia, it's not about protecting yourself. It's that the American people can overthrow the government if it ceases to be democratic.
Which was like 200 years ago.
Yeah. Well, you can still look the military, for as much fire and brimstone as we can commit on like fucking Syria and shit. They can't do that to American citizens because that would just never work. The military is made up of, at the end of the day, still people. And I think America is capable of being a dictator. So I think when we take guns away from the people, we're verging on letting America still be totalitarian, but enter totalitarianism. And I think that that cannot be allowed. I'm very anti-authoritarian.
Yeah.
I'd say I think people should have a lot of freedoms. I think every drug should be legalized and decriminalized for personal use. I think dealers for drugs like heroin and meth should be punished though, because you are fucking up people with those. But users should not be punished for it. As well as just we should have treatment centers for this. Because in Iceland, they've set up treatment centers for heroin. They've decriminalized it. Overdose rates went down by 53%. Iceland no longer has the crisis that they used to have. But America, we have the opioid crisis, and we have so many innocent men in jail because they've, we had mandatory minimums on fucking pot. That's insane to me. That's ridiculous.
What motivates you in life?
What motivates me in life? I've recognized that I'm an animal and I have animalistic needs, and I just pursue those. I've grounded myself, and I see what makes me happy. I motivate myself through I know what my wants are and I chase those.
Is Facebook still relevant?
The thing about Facebook is that for the younger generation, it's not relevant, but social media has changed so much about news that institutions like Facebook can still absolutely influence older generations who are a large part of the voter base. And it's very relevant because it's a large social part of America still. I don't think culturally, though, it's as relevant as much as, as Facebook is relevant, it's more that social media as a concept is very relevant to shaping public thought. Facebook within itself, not as relevant as it used to be. What apps do I use? Mainly I can check on my phone actually. Let me check.
Look
into the camera. I'll just look like at that lamppost basically. Let me just check my phone real quick.
Yeah.
So if I go to screen time, still activity. Most used are YouTube, Instagram, Reddit, Discord, and Spotify. So I listen to a lot of music. So I listen to a lot of music, and I text people a lot on Instagram. And so Instagram and Reddit I use mainly for social media. And I'm really into music. 90s alt, late 60s rock and roll. And those are the genres I listen to a lot. And I just use Spotify a lot and Instagram a lot. Because Instagram is everybody's on right now. I don't really use Snap because girls on Snapchat are basically all hoes at this point. But I think that Instagram is still valuable for meeting people. That's how everybody talks to each other. Nobody asks for... People don't ask for your number anymore as much as they ask for what your Instagram ad is, And I ask people for their ad on Instagram. So yeah. I used to use Twitter, but it's such a cesspool. I was just like, I'm wasting my life using this. I have to get off of this. Yeah.
What kind of videos do you watch?
That's a good question.
You're on YouTube the most often.
Yeah. On YouTube, I'm mainly into political stuff. Video games. I play a lot of video games. Too many, honestly. And just funny shit. I love just funny YouTube videos. Just comedy type stuff, skits and all that shit. The porn industry is very unethical in the state that it's in, but there's a capacity for the porn industry to be ethically used, and ethically exist as an industry like anything, But I don't think pro prostitution is difficult because I think you have the right to have sex with who you want, provided they're an adult and all that. And I think you're provided the right. Well, the thing is that pimping and whoring out women isn't as ethical as saying, "Hey, I'll fuck you for some money, bro." Okay,
So you don't support the brothel?
No, I would not support whorehouses, but I think I support the right of OnlyFans. To make shit like that where you're just throwing yourself out ethically. You're still whoring yourself out, and I will respect you less because of that. That's just the kind of person I am. I've tried to, but it's very difficult for me to respect people with OnlyFans shit like that. But that's the most ethical, version of prostitution you can have, basically, and it's not evil. Nice Leonard Skinner tea, man. She did not hear me or react at all. Okay, whatever.
Welcome to New York.
Yeah, that guy said I had a nice tea, but whatever.
Alright, but she's a woman.
Yeah, but I don't, because it's a limit. I wasn't like, nice Leonard Skinner tea, want to ride my dick, I was just, that's a cool fucking t-shirt, I don't know. I don't know.
You ready for the next question?
Yeah, it's here.
How often do you come to this park?
I should not go outside at all. But as of recent, I'm trying to hang out with my friends. So I've been here 5 times in the last 3 weeks, I think. I try to go here at least once a weekend, hang out with my friends.
What is the strangest thing you've seen or heard here in this park?
All right, hold up. Before we do that, I know how YouTube does things in your ears. If it's registering all the audio from your side, from over here, is that gonna focus the YouTube headphone thing, or will the audio be good if you're still talking from over there?
Oh, Let me set over here.
Yeah, see if it's catching your voice first. That should be recording.
All
right. So what were you saying again?
Weirdest thing you've seen or heard in this park?
I haven't been to Wash a lot, but I mean that guy with the big metal pipe who was screaming was pretty crazy. But honestly, I have better stories of weird shit from the subway. Obviously, everybody does. So I was with my mom. I was very young, and we were on this train car, and there was this real tall, skinny white guy, very short cut hair, and he was gaunt as fuck. And he was asking everybody for money. His whole body was shaking. And then, because he was going cart to cart, right? Then as he is, done, asking people for money, this 4'5" black guy walks in with this orange leather rhinestone studded jacket. And he's following the guy, yelling, and I can't tell which one it was, either cracker or crackhead, probably both. He's got his hair all done up, and he's this really short guy. He's got these sunglasses, the circular John Lennon sunglasses, and he's just yelling crackhead at this guy. And this guy's like, I need some money. Can I get some money? His hands are all shaking. I've seen a woman throw poop at somebody, but pull into behind her pants, she had that shit prepared. Literally had that shit prepared. Some of the weird shit I've seen on the subway so far. That I can remember at least.
That's scary enough.
Yeah, that's enough. I think.
All right.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Can you do any impersonations?
I don't think I can do any celebrity impersonations. But one thing I do know is that I look a lot like the ugly guitarist for Leonard Skinner to Ed King. I can show you a photo of him after. He's fat, he's white, he's got long hair like mine, and in a black tee and jeans, I look like him in a photo. But he's not good looking, so, it is what it is. What'd you say?
But he gets fame.
Yeah, he was in Leonard Skinner, so yeah. But he was the ugliest guy in Leonard Skinner, and they were not a very good looking band, honestly.
Most bands are.
I mean, if you're a big popular band, there's definitely the value of sex appeal is part of why bands get big. But most bands are just a bunch of guys who play music, and men at large are not good looking.
Yeah. Oh, you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Nature versus nurture.
the thing about that is really when it comes down to that, it's actually more of everybody has genetics that will determine how they live, but it's up to your environment to see what genetics come into play. All right, you know, you can have genetics that actually affect what your taste in music is, but if you're never exposed to that kind of music, those genetics are never going to matter. As well as, you know, you could be predisposed if you've had a bad childhood, you know, and certain factors that happen to you in your life. You might turn out a certain way very badly because of genetics, not because of like actually the nurture, but the nature. But if you're never exposed to that, those aren't ever going to come into factor. This has been my scientist. It's really a mix of the two, where it's does you know, reality nurture what your nature is, basically, is what it comes down to. You know, at the end of the day, some people are just going to be bad people. I mean, that's just how it works. You know, some people are just bad. They're just shitty people.
What's the nicest thing anyone's ever done?
People haven't done a lot for me. I remember every compliment I've ever been given by a girl, because there's been very few of them. But the nicest thing a girl has ever said about me, done for me? Oh, that's not really done for me.
Anyone ever helped you out when you were down at the We can skip that.
No, I want to give a definitive answer to it. Honestly, no. People don't help me out a lot, you know?
What's the worst thing someone's ever done?
But it was nice, but it also broke me. She was like, she said, you have like a 10 out of 10 personality, but I would never fuck you because you just look like that. And she was like, if you were hot and like, she's like, literally, if you were skinny and tall, I would have like sucked the skin off your dick, but you're ugly. And I was like, oh, why me, God?
Wait, how tall are you?
5'9".
That's not that short.
She was 5'11", so
Oh, right.
yeah, I'm into tall girls too. That's the
That
issue.
sort of it affected you. It
Yeah.
affected the way you see yourself.
Yeah, it was a real blow to my self-confidence, you know?
Yeah. Because like I never really think too much about that. Like being short.
I'm a person that people are either like good with or they fucking hate me. I mean, that's why people remember me, you know? I've had guys who I haven't said a word to, who I'm hanging out, you know, friends of friends and all that, who just glare at me. And it's like, what did I do to you, man? I don't know. People, sometimes you just don't click with somebody and they fucking hate you and you kind of hate them, you know? And it is what it is. Usually it's instant. I never really grow to hate somebody unless I already hate them after our first few conversations. I mean, if a guy, you know, comes out as like a fucking like Nazi, I'm probably gonna hate him. You know, if I thought he was a cool guy before, because you know I'm not rocking with Nazis. But besides that, really, I can get a good tell on somebody, and I can know if I'm gonna like him or not after a quick few combos. You know.
What percentage of people are good and what percentage are bad?
That's a good question. I think it comes down to the societies we're living in and what your standards of good and evil are. Because obviously, you know, large sections of the Middle East follow Wahhabism as part of the main Islamic law of the Middle East is under, which is very radical. But, you know, we would deem them as evil, you know, because of radical Islamic views. And I'm going to say really quickly, people talk about Islamophobia and how, well, it's not Islamophobia because it's a backwards religion. Islam has all the nuances and moderate groups and not extreme groups at all, and very extreme groups, just like Christianity does. It just, we only see the worst of it because of, you know, whole fucking deal of shit in the Middle East where radical governments still have control. But the fact is, Islamic people, I mean, it's all Judeo-Christian, you know, just reading from a book and interpreting that shit. It's really as varied as Christianity. But anyways, back to the question. Sorry about that. I think good and evil. The issue is that you don't need a lot of evil people to have horrible things happen. It's that people are fucking idiots and will sit back or anything. I'd say, like, it only takes about a third of your population to be evil to take that nation over. All right, because of just bystanderism, you know. But out of good and evil, I would say everybody's done fuck shit. I think 1 out of 8 people is an asshole,
Let me ask
though.
you a question real quick. When
Sure.
a woman is dressed like this right here,
Yeah?
what do you think that signifies? See this one right here?
Oh, the girl with her jacket down, the arms out.
I mean, because some men will say
that she's asking for it. That people say
she's
that.
asking to be fucked, right?
I don't really vibe with that. Because people talk about, I mean, it's such a flawed perspective, I think, because women who aren't asking for it still do that because they're confident in their bodies and themselves, you know? They're not, when you dress that way, you can be using it as a way to indicate that, you know, you want attention. And people use it as a way to indicate they want attention, but, I mean, many more women just do that because they like it, you know? And it's not like, you know, women who are, like, asking for it, and that's not even true, I don't think, but that those are the only victims of sexual assault, you know? I mean, you could be sexually assaulted wearing, like, fucking overalls, you know? It's happened to people. A lot. And, I don't think you really. I think it's too slippery of a slope to judge somebody based off that. Except if, you know, if she's got that like dyed black hair and the big black boots and all that shit, you know, alt girls, you can tell she doesn't have a good relationship with her father. But besides that, no. It's you can never. I would never want to assume anything about a girl because of the way she dresses. Yeah, about 1/8, I would say, of people are definitely like selfish and shitty. You know, like.
So 7/8 are good or no?
I would say I'd say maybe 2/8 of them are good people, and the other 6 are bystanders. They would be subservient in something shitty, and they would, you know, not be like they're just people aren't fucking decisive. All right, people are fucking cowards nowadays. Everybody is. Yeah. You can't.
I had one woman said that she didn't know that was my thing. My friend thought that she was gonna steal it.
What the fuck? That's evil. No, I mean like. And people who actually act doing good shit, like, you can overdose at a party with like 20 people, and you can have nobody call the police because they don't want to get arrested, you know? And I think all of those people are doing something evil, but I don't think those people are fundamentally evil. They're just weak-willed, you know? People who do, because nobody does the wrong thing because they're just an evil person, but people who have what I would deem as like the wrong views about the world, in the West, about, you know, 1/8, 2/8. Everywhere else, it's too complex to say. But most people really are just fucking bystanders. They're too weak to act when you need them to act, you know? That's all.
Wait, explain to me what this Discord.
Discord,
People say it's for gamers.
it's no longer for gamers, honestly. It's really just Skype, but not shitty at this point. Because Skype fucking sucks.
So it's just used for calls?
It's used for, well, also just like chat servers, you know? It's so you make like, you know, just server to talk about things, you know, with people. There's voice chat, there's calls, there's DMs, then there's servers, which you can basically have as, you know, a massive group chat that can have like selected, you know, rows of chat with like, you know, general stuff for memes, not safe for work stuff, IRL stuff, blah, 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 you know. Or it can be about specific niche interests, you know.
What kind of audience does this cater to?
A lot of Discord losers are fucking losers and teenagers, and just guys, because it was built for gamers, and it still exists for gamers.
So it's like nerdy type dudes?
Yeah, I mean, if you're using Discord, you know, most people just use Instagram to talk to people, but because, you know, you can have an Instagram group chat, you know, can function to, you know, group a lot of people. Discord servers are really for people's interests. You know, that's really where it is. It's an alternative messaging service and kind of like for interest for service for meeting people who like the same stuff that you like, you know? Yeah.
So you want me to put your...
No, I'm saying I'm not going to put that in.
Do you want me to put your
just my Instagram,
IG in the front of the
Yes. Tag me in the post, obviously, and and put my IG at the front of the video.
You want to give a shout out to anybody?
Shout out to anybody. My boy Nick, who makes music, Dolly Rotten Kills. He makes hyperpop. I don't really like it, but I see the appeal in it, and you know, I gotta plug my boy because he's working hard. He's trying to make shit with his music. And
Bruce.
He's gone. The Shatiba was here earlier, and he makes music, but I don't have his @ so I don't know what the fuck it is. Yeah, I don't remember that shit. So I would plug Nick right now. Yeah, Dolly Rotten Kills on Instagram. On SoundCloud, too, I think he's just Dolly Rotten. Besides that, no, I got nothing. No, just
Do I
that.
have your permission to put this on the internet?
Oh, absolutely. Put all of it. You know, if parts of it are too quiet, you know, you can put subtitles or whatever. It don't matter. Just you know, put me out there. Yeah. What's the YouTube